right, welcome back. I'm glad to see that everybody woke up today. And we're going to switch up our content today. Because, we got a brain and a lot of us is woke, right? A lot of us is woke, so we're going to stay woke. And tonight, I got some dope content we're going to talk about tonight. That's what we're talking about tonight. And it's really not a laughing issue, you know what I'm saying? Because let me tell y'all something. It's serious. Let's just get right into this because it's kind of crazy.
Yes, there have been a lot of UFO stories lately, but that doesn't mean the phenomenon has subsided. In fact, it seems to be accelerating, settings the government cannot explain. The Daily Mail is reporting tonight exclusively that the Office of the Director of National Intelligence is about to send a classified report to Congress, in which the government details more than 150 cases of unexplained UFO encounters in just the past year. In all, the report looks into more than 300 total encounters, and of those, half could not be explained. An amazing story, really. 150. Josh Boswell is the reporter of the Daily Mail who broke this story. Josh, thanks so much for coming on. That seems like an awful lot. Over what period were these 150 unexplained sightings?
It could be significantly more than 150, but it's over just 1 year. The previous report we had was 143 unexplained cases from 2004 all the way up to 2021. So this is a significant increase.
I better stay woke.
Well, it's an exponential increase. What is this? I mean, I guess we can only guess, or maybe you know the answer. What does this suggest?
Well, part of the answer will be that the government is now looking for these things. They have much better reporting procedures. If an F-18 pilot comes across one of these objects that's hovering above the sea that they're flying around, they're more likely to report it now because there's a proper procedure in place. But also, I am hearing that we are encountering more and more of these things from sources that I speak to. It seems like it's a phenomenon that is not going away and needs to be investigated.
So there's been a lot of speculation about this. There was a Wall Street Journal piece recently suggested this is actually a psyop by the U.S. government designed to draw your attention away from the fact that these objects are in fact some advanced military hardware the U.S. government itself has and wants to keep secret. What's your understanding of what government officials believe about these objects?
Well, the sources that I have are telling me they just don't know what these things are. There's a proportion of these cases, 366 in this classified report that's going to Congress probably tomorrow, that are explained, that are Chinese drones, for example. But the unexplained ones, they just have no clue because these things are moving in ways that we just don't understand at hypersonic speeds, and then they just turn on a dime. I mean, it's incredible.
It would seem a little strange if the government were calling attention to its own classified weapons programs.
All right, guys. So y'all see what we debunking tonight, right? So now, for everybody, for this whole time, do you think UFOs are real now? And if so, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about UFOs. Let me know if you ever seen one. Let me know in your city what state you in. Salute on the Map Media family. Everybody on YouTube checking in. Listen, let me know where you at. Let me know if you ever seen a UFO. Because, boy, oh boy, stay tuned. Stay tuned, stay tuned. This is the part of the segment where it gets juicy.
19th, 2022, and I am witnessing something very freaky here. Okay, so there's not a cloud in the sky anywhere. See this? Nothing. Nowhere. Completely clear day. But we've got this one rogue cloud. Where is it?
Now check it out. Y'all gotta debunk this with me, all right? We debunking tonight. Check it out.
And I'm not kidding you. I've literally watched this thing totally disappear and then reappear. You see it's changing now. I get my binoculars on this. I see a lot of detail.
Have you ever seen anything like this in the chat? Get in the chat. Let me know. I'm putting the comments up.
The camera, even though this is Samsung S22, doesn't do justice. But now look, it's breaking apart. It seems to be.
I see what he's saying. Check him out.
Look, it's fading away completely.
He is gone. Yeah, that was gone. He ain't lying. Check this out.
I'm so glad I'm recording this.
Now check this out. This is where it gets crazier. Because look at this jet. Look at this jet chasing a UFO. Y'all let me know if this is real or not.
Oh, no chance. Let me show you some real speed.
Oh,
my God, I'm so glad I'm recording this. Oh, no chance. Let me show you some real speed. Oh my God, that's like an F-35. Oh, it's almost catching up.
Yo, that's taunting them. It's taunting this. Nah, that joint is streaking and all that. And that joint look like that joint is taunting them.
Oh, no chance. Let me show you some real speed.
That's crazy. Now, did y'all just see that? It went in the water. Hold on, one more time. There's some footage I've been looking for a long time too, y'all. Check it out. This shit crazy. Now they trying to tell them niggas to get up out of there. Check it out one more time. Let me tell you right now, you gotta have at least 5,000 TikTok members or followers in order to see this type of footage. So that's why I'm trying to bring it to y'all. They don't let y'all see it.
Is this a real UFO caught on camera? Watch closely.
This is crazy.
They're here. Is this a
Crazy. She in the helicopter ride? Oh! Oh shit. Hold on. Did y'all see that? Woo! That shit took off. You see that? And now it's going. Oh! Yo! What the hell? Wait a minute. That shit came back flying at the damn helicopter. Playing around. Watch. Oh! It's over there. That shit coming back. Look. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That shit came back flying. That shit was the speed of light.
Many people over the weekend have captured multiple videos of what looks like UFOs. This one was seen in San Andreas, California.
Yeah, wherever y'all at, if y'all seen any UFOs, man, get in the chat, man. Everybody that's just coming in, come. I'm about to get crazy.
And at first, they said they thought it was a plane or drones until it did this.
Oh, whoa.
Another was seen in Texas by multiple people as well, where there were 5 strange lights in the sky and what also looked like drones. But the speed that this took off in is unreal.
Oh,
What did I just freaking see, dude? What was that?
Many
There was a UFO following the plane.
yo, what would you do if you on vacation and you just chilling with wifey and the family, and this type of shit happens.
What is going on?
Double check your seatbelt. Make sure everybody has their seatbelt.
What the fuck you gonna do up there?
Put this thing on the ground.
What you gonna do? Call for backup? It's crazy.
There was a UFO following the plane.
What is that, Mom?
What?
Ma, you see this?
No. Holy shit!
What
What
is-
the hell is that?
What is happening? You guys see this? Oh my god, what the fuck is happening? What is that? What is that?
Something's burning the fuck up. That's what the fuck it is. That shit crazy. Get in my comment. Wait a fucking minute. I ain't never seen no shit like this. Get in my comment section, please. I'm gonna come back and check.
Rosalind, what is it doing? Rosalind, what is it doing? Rosalind, what is it doing?
What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck, yo? Yo, that boat lucky, that shit ain't sink, bro. That boat lucky, it ain't sink. Yeah, I was looking for this footage too. You see that little dot? Look at that little dot. Yo, this fucking camera is amazing. Look at that shit. About 3 of them. Looked like one from far. Looked like 3 of them. Up by the moon. That boy is on all the way in. He was good with his Zoom technique. I gotta give it to him. But he was real good with his Zoom. Straight up. Ain't no bullshit. Let me see. What else we got? Yeah, it was good for this one.
When he looked up to the sky at his home in Oregon, he saw these super bright streams of light shooting across the sky.
Oh my god, what am I seeing?
He said, I thought this was how I was going to become one of those UFO weirdos. But some people think it was pieces of a SpaceX rocket re-entering Earth's atmosphere. Either way, it looks awesome.
Conspiracy theorists have been going absolutely bananas because NASA has a live feed on the International Space Station and it saw this. Glowing lights flying in formation. I mean, this can only mean one thing, right? Like and follow for real footage of the unknown.
Wow.
Conspiracy theorists have been going.
When he looked up, what the hell? What is
Boy, I tell you, they be having that ill footage on TikTok, boy. Like, if it wasn't for cameras, bro, we would never even be in this type of content. Like, these niggas gonna probably find some weird shit in the ground or some shit. They got the digging tools, all that. They on it. This is probably that footage where them underwater creatures blast their ass back up and make them lose their oxygen. Probably so. Oh my god, they got something cute. What the fuck? Oh, what the hell? They found the whole goddamn mothership.
I'm doing some exploring in these woods right here. I've just come across something. Looks like a spaceship. Crashed spaceship. I don't know if we should go over to it or not.
Let's leave that shit alone, Nick.
Let's look at it. What do you think that is? I have no idea. Let's walk over there and see.
Do not fuck with that. Take pictures and
It's been here
leave.
a long time. I don't think we have to worry about
Take
any
pictures and
aliens in
leave.
there coming out and getting
Leave
us.
that shit alone.
Unless they're spirits.
Leave that shit alone, bro.
What is it?
Leave that
What
alone.
would that be? Listen. There's something in there.
That shit crazy. What's who?
What do you think that is?
Oh, what the fuck? Holy shit! Shit's definitely split up. That was the telephone.
A gente acredita que trata-se de um extraterrestre. E dizem também que o ser foi capturado
Crash,
pelas autoridades
live alien
e é
recovery.
mantido escondido em algum lugar.
7 minutes
Surge uma
long.
novidade importante no caso do extraterrestre que teria aparecido.
Depoimento de militares que teriam participado das operações de captura e retirada da cidade do suposto ET.
This is footage from
Nearly hours
1996.
January the 20th, 1996, a number of UFOs were reported in the skies above central Brazil. Some of them were captured on home video.
What the fuck's going on?
Then, in a bizarre twist, reports started emerging that one of these UFOs had actually crashed near the town of Varginha.
Now, this is what I'm saying, guys. We in the States, if we didn't have podcasters like me, some of y'all wouldn't even be knowing this is going on.
And that the local military had recovered some alien bodies.
Undeniable. Undeniable. Now, it doesn't matter what the military say, they are hiding. They are hiding. They do have captured aliens in Brazil alive.
Alive. You already said? Alive.
According to eyewitness reports, the UFO crashed on the edge of Varginha, a small
In the morning of the January 20th, some satellites from the United States detected an object entering Earth's atmosphere. Of course, it was aiming to Brazil, and they let us know, American military let Brazilian authorities know that it was aiming to Brazil, so we should keep an eye on it.
Right. See, this is what's really going on out here. Stay woke.
Anyway, at this same morning, about 7:30,
right,
some people in the neighboring areas of Virginia started describing a strange creature.
January the 20th, the fire department captured a creature, a very strange creature. They wrapped this creature in a net and put inside this 1 by 1 square meters wood box and gave it straight to the militaries who went there to pick it up.
Oh,
they said it was a terrible smell of ammonia, burning the noses, they couldn't breathe, and it was a very ugly creature. One of them told me that he would like to see me in a room for 1 minute facing such a creature like that because it was so ugly, and it had 3 fingers with long and very strong nails.
The description of the bodies connected with the Virginia case makes it sound much more like they were cargo than crew.
Right.
They seem to be woozy. They didn't have any clothes, the little horns, the color of the skin and stuff. Their reactions did not imply particularly high intelligence.
Right.
And I can imagine a cargo craft that ran into some kind of a problem. Pilot error is common, apparently.
Let's keep it going.
Вот она, милая.
See this shit? I told niggas, man, them shit's diving in the water now. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it underwater. Bring that back.
Вот она, милая.
See that?
Каждую пятницу ошибается. Давай, вали отсюда!
Yo. Crazy, neighbor. Crazy. UFO crashed in London. I think I remember something like this, and they had some big beasts out there that was just going crazy. See, look at the UFO. Everybody watching it. A lot of this footage is shadow banned. This was in Mexico. See that? That's definitely a UFO. And look how light it is. They got it with straps. So it looked like it's mad heavy, but it's strapped. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Never get to see shit like this.
All right, people.
This shadows. Yeah, that's what we had to do. Another crash UFO. I wonder why these joints be going down. UFOs in New York. If you got a topic where you want to see UFOs, that we can pull it up. Now look at all these motherfuckers in the air. You gotta be fucking shitting me, bro. You gotta be fucking shitting me, bro. What the fuck? Damn, I wish I had a camera I could zoom in closer. That's a bright ass light. That's a bright light. It's kind of weird. That's like something unknown.
That is really interesting.
That is fucking interesting.
Now you believe me? Fuck is that?
Yeah, we believe you, B. Shout out to everybody that's woke. We seen that. Another possible UFO over New York City. We in the New York City chapter right now. We're checking out New York. Trying to see. We seen that. What the fuck is this? It's like the P's too. This is like the Bronx. Just feel like it's Bronx. It could be Brooklyn. Could be Queens. This motherfucker just hovering in the air like he just don't care. I'm surprised like a lot of stuff don't be getting reported.
Reports of UFOs, unidentified flying objects. Several pilots lately have reported seeing objects that they cannot explain flying over the U.S. and off the coast. So we have NBC's Gotti Schwartz. He's following the story for it.
It's all over.
Must see.
It's all over. Let me see. That's the basketball in the night. That train just hovering. That could be a helicopter. Fuck that. That shit just disappeared. What the fuck? What the hell? Oh shit, they dropping shit off down here, y'all. We being invaded. We being fucking invaded. We being fucking invaded.
What the fuck?
This is crazy.
Yo.
What the hell? And then they got missions. They just dropping niggas off, yo, like from a fucking interdimension shit. Like, what the fuck?
The fuck, yo, what the fuck?
Yo, what do you do when you see some shit like this? What could you say?
Nah.
That was it. That was a fucking portal, bro. Bro, that was a fucking portal, bro. Yo, that was a fucking portal, bro. Did y'all just see that shit? That was a fucking portal, bro. Hold on. Let's look over. That's another one of them streaking lights. Them streaking lights again.
Okay. What the fuck are these things? Sorry.
All this footage is the footage that I've been looking for. That's crazy.
What is that?
I told y'all, B. Sometimes you gotta go to different platforms to stay woke.
Out here fishing, look what we see.
Same one.
What
Them,
is
them,
that?
them,
Does
them same,
anybody
them
else see
same
that?
bright streaks.
What is that?
Let's be clear, B. If you from another planet, you don't need light to see. You know what I'm saying? That's why their eyes look like that. So I feel like allegedly, if they got a light like that, that is that's our shit. Straight up, that's our shit. That's our shit. Straight up. I don't care what you say. That's from us. Little type of like when it flares from underneath, depending on how much type of power they running, even though they not running the type
UFOs
of power.
over Bronx and why?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that shit's fucking. Yo, what the
I just don't see anything that.
Those things are orange.
See, that look like a triangle.
They literally fly next to each other. They orange in color.
See, look, the funny thing is, people think that when they see those three
Look at
dots,
that.
those three dots right there is the black triangle. Those three dots is the black triangle. That's what those is. That black triangle, I forgot what they call that, but that's a United States craft that could do all that hovering and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's black.
It's a triangle.
Like I
You
said,
guys know what that is?
they think that they three different things moving in sync, but that's the three ends of it. You know what I'm saying?
A resident of
But
Bronx,
that type
New
of
York,
light.
UFO in the Bronx.
Everybody knows about those joints too. Everybody knows about them joints. Let me see something. Oh, Pennsylvania. They go that fucking streak again. Tell you, man, that's the government tested most of them joints right there. A lot of those footages. See?
This year alone, there have already been more than 5,000 sightings across the globe.
I bet. Now look at this shit. Look at this shit here. Look, wow, gone. What the fuck? Yo, bro, this shit is spooky, bro. What the hell? Yo, this shit be busting moves, my nigga. Yo. What the fuck? Yo, this shit be busting moves, bro. What the hell? Wait, there go that streaking light again. I want to see some action. Hold on, what's that? Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh? It's like them niggas know where to travel at, because where they traveling at right now, they traveling the longer way where nobody going to them. That's why he playing that music, because it's like driving down a lonely road. You know what I'm talking
A UFO crashed here in 1965. In December of 1965, an unidentified flying object flew into the woods right here in Kecksburg, PA. There were many witnesses to the crash, and evidently this object was taken away in the night, purportedly by the government. Every year, this community celebrates this incident with a UFO festival. Aliens and cryptids alike can enjoy their parade with a lot of fire trucks and an army of extraterrestrials.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. UFO. Dive right in.
Cos'è? Tu so? Aspetta che prendo la camera.
Must be some old footage, guys. All fuzzy like that and shit. What the fuck is he filming? What the fuck? I thought I seen something floating or something. Nigga got the hazmats. They got something out the field. They're doing something. Slow down with the camera, boss. Take it easy, Chief. So we can see what you're doing. Alright, take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. Take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. Take it easy. They're fucking in the way, man. Shit. Get out the way. I'm trying to see what the fuck. This shit is just too fucking sketchy. This nigga's got a whole fucking base, bro. Look, he got something. He running with something. This nigga really risked his life to get this shit. They guarding this shit with guns and all that. Yo, this shit is weird, bro. This shit give me the fucking creeps. What's this? Russia, 1969. Shout out to salute everybody in the chat. Everybody waking up tonight. It's 1 o'clock a.m. We up. We woke. That's the point about being up. We woke. Fuck. Yeah, really? I don't know what the fuck they working on. What the fuck they doing? Anybody familiar with surgery? Please let me know if this looks like some bullshit. Look, all I see is some shit I ain't never seen. Something white comes out the tissue is very rigid. What the hell? This is crazy.
Yeah, because usually where I parked, there was 3 field ambulances parked in the area where I usually park when we back up to the ramps. So I just pulled up to the side in front of those and parked out in the front, and the airman and I got out and walked in. So when I got up, went up the steps and up the ramp, and I was walking, going into the emergency room, I noticed that the doors were open, but what was odd about it, there was an MP standing beside each one of the vehicles in the back, standing there. And the doors were open. Naturally, I was curious, and I just happened to look in. That's when I saw some debris that looked like parts of a plane or something that they hadn't had a crash. Because I've seen them do this a lot of times, bring in pieces in the old ambulances.
Okay.
Can you describe the debris? I noticed in 2 of the ambulances there was some debris that was probably 2.5 to 3 feet, long and probably high, that was propped up on the side of the ambulance there. They were kind of in the shape of maybe like a half a canoe. They were like the front part of a canoe. And it looked like it might be aluminum, but it looked more like the metal looked more like stainless steel that had been heated. It was blue, kind of a bluish tint to it. And what was odd about it, it looked like around the curved part from the front of the canoe, there was some designs or something that kind of reminded me
Writing.
of some Egyptian signs or whatever.
Hieroglyphics, yeah.
And it was probably about 3 inches in high and probably the length of
that was
what
their gang.
I saw it looked like it was the length. And the same thing was in the other ambulance too. I mean, I saw practically the same thing. The pieces that were practically the same size and insignias looked like whatever that might be was part of the wreckage.
Wow.
In the latter part of June of 1947, and the recovery, showing military personnel at the recovery site, recovering the bodies at the site, and the craft that was at that site. And one live extraterrestrial was found at the site. And we were told that the extraterrestrial went to Kirtland Air Force Base at that time, and then on to Los Alamos for some time. And
I know y'all been doing your research, right? Los Alamos is one of those places.
It didn't explain fully in the movie exactly what happened to that extraterrestrial, although it did explain that it died in I believe it was 1950.
Well, they always gonna say it died, right? So that way they don't gotta report about it no more, right?
52. But the bodies of the extraterrestrials that were found at the scene were in a deep freeze, placed in a deep freeze, and sent to Wright Pat Field in Dayton, Ohio.
Did they show the actual footage of the craft and bodies? And
Yes.
So what did it look like? What did they look like?
The craft is.
Yeah, let's get to that.
It was more or less an oval egg-shaped craft. It wasn't saucer-shaped. The creatures were about 4 foot. Some of the creatures were mangled, were heavily injured, and their bodies were torn apart. But 2 of the bodies were pretty much intact, and I'm not sure.
Were they talking?
Or why, if there was an autopsy, they didn't discuss that. But the creatures were approximately 4 foot. They didn't appear to have any ears. They had an indentation for the nose, very, very big eyes. They had a really
exactly them big ass eyes, so they could see at night, man.
Really tight-fitting suit. Almost looked like they were.
Those tight-fitting suits is what we got vests from, y'all.
Nude, but they actually had a very thin but tight-fitting suit on.
That suit was spooled like a cocoon, like it was like a bunch of thread, spooled that shit, and made the niggas like damn near like invincible, sort of.
Yeah.
Like Teflon.
The fingers had no thumbs, just four fingers.
Opposable.
Suction devices on their tips of their fingers. And
that's crazy because them suction devices, I heard, is when they like touch their operating systems. That's how they communicate with that. That's how they connect in. Yeah, like I heard they crafts got an identity. They crafts have a consciousness.
And one of them had a head apparatus on it, maybe a helmet or some kind of an earphone or some type of
mental telepathy type of thing.
A device that they were communicating with the craft or with something else.
Yeah, I'm telling you that these crafts be having consciousness. And that's the difference between the type of crafts that we drive versus the type of crafts they drive. It's like Avatar, like you got on that thing that was flying around and you attach to it and it becomes like with your consciousness. Yeah.
And they found a number of different objects in the craft that they used, they experimented with and found they had a piece of, they thought was plexiglass, It was a square piece, a rectangular piece of plexiglass that they kept for years before they figured out it was the energy device for the craft.
Man, I'm telling you, man, I so appreciate the cell phone. But when you're doing bad, you don't appreciate the cell phone. But I appreciate the cell phone. You can see all this good old.
That message is still clear today. No trespassing. But those restrictions haven't discouraged researchers from the Mutual UFO Network from piecing together the story.
Yeah, they own it. You know that.
Strange encounters in 1896 and 1897.
Well, the month of April 1897, people were reporting what we call mysterious airships, for lack of a better name, all over the Midwest. From Michigan.
UFOs now?
We would call it UFOs now, yes.
But this particular encounter was different from the others. One of these airships allegedly crashed into a large wooden windlass or windmill. That was the beginning.
Charlie Stevens saw this object coming in at 4 a.m. in the morning, and it came up and hit the windlass and destroyed it. And what Charlie Stevens was seeing from about 3 miles away down here.
Charlie Stevens.
Exploded. You see the flames from that distance.
Today, the story still lives on with Bonnie Oates.
They got in 20 foot of this old well house out here, and he said, now right in here.
Now you see how she's able to tell her story right before she get up out of here? That's like priceless for us guys. We gotta stay woke.
Before it happened, I said, well, that's where the well is. He said, a lot of twisted metal.
In a more sophisticated place or time, this bizarre incident might have attracted more attention. But this was an isolated farming community, and the commotion quickly died.
Right.
Another CIA declassified document revealing 3 flying saucers and alien bodies recovered in New Mexico. Another CIA declassified document revealing 3 flying saucers and alien bodies recovered in New Mexico.
These motherfuckers crashing all over like test dummies, bro. These motherfuckers must be test dummies.
January 1985, there was an incident occurred in Soviet
85.
Union, Soviet ICBM base, Intercontinental Ballistic Missile Base in southeastern Soviet Union. It's called Chermachova. A couple days earlier, the Soviet radar picked up something that was traveling from Siberia southwest. There were several objects actually were tracked by Soviet radar and also Soviet interceptors. Sometime later, on the 12th, an extraterrestrial craft landed near a Soviet ICBM base. But at the time it landed, and it was confronted by Soviet military and security personnel.
Wow.
And occupants got out of this craft.
Oh, shit.
And the Soviet military personnel engaged them. One Soviet soldier fired an AK-47 and shot one of the ETs. The other 3 picked up their wounded comrade and took him back inside the craft. As the craft was taken off, Soviet military personnel fired at the craft, and the craft ended up crashing. But a beam of light came out of the craft and hit a Soviet Jeep, totally vaporizing the Jeep. There wasn't anything left of that Jeep.
Oh, shit.
According to our source. So then the Soviet military personnel, after the craft crashed, they were able to open up the hatch on the ET craft, the UFO, and capture the 4 entities or 4 ETs and take them into their custody. The craft was a circular shaft about 30 feet in diameter. It was described in meters, but equivalent of 30 feet in diameters. It had a hatch on the bottom, had oval shape on top, oval shape on top, bottom, typical UFO craft that people have seen. There was a hatch that opened with stairs coming out. It was a matted gray in color. The ETs were about 3 foot 5 inches tall. They had on a tight-fitting gray suit, similar, they referred to as a gray flight suit. They had longer arms, no thumbs. They each had helmets with a nozzle from the front to the back, and they had a small tank on the back, similar to something that they might be having to breathe. But they were taken into custody and were taken to another Soviet base some distance away. The Soviets didn't really know what to do with them. The one that they had shot was dead. It was dead. Soviet physicians tried to revive it, tried to care for it, but they didn't know the anatomy. It was really hopeless. These entities were transported to another facility, a detention center, and housed there. 4 days later, these entities disappeared. The Soviet military personnel that were guarding these entities saw them in their cells in a detention area. And then when they turned their backs, the entities disappeared. They, of course, searched for them, couldn't find them. The entity's craft was at another location some distance away, like 20 kilometers away. So the Soviet personnel went to that crash, the hangar housing this craft, and that disappeared too. The Soviets didn't realize this until some weeks later. They took it apart to figure out why it wasn't working, and every single operating component that would have caused a nuclear detonation was all disabled. And all three of them.
All of them.
And how someone or something or some entity could do that without actually going down and taking the missile apart, the warhead apart to do that is beyond explanation.
Wow.
The one that was died, that was shot, was examined very closely. X-rays were taken, samples were taken. And one of the things they found out was the suit, or maybe the skin, the outer texture of the ET, the entity, was in different layers. So they had to cut through, the Soviet pathologists had to cut through several different layers. And as according to our source, they weren't sure if they were cutting through skin or whether it was texture of some kind of a material. They didn't know. But they took samples of everything down to the actual organs. And the organs was one big organ, similar to what we knew about the Ebens, which was one organ, a heart, lung complex, something that would resemble maybe a stomach or intestines. And they had white fluid in their system rather than our red, or we've seen entities with green fluid, but it had white fluid. The Soviet scientists or medical personnel, pathologists, it was unknown to them. One of the main things the Soviet scientists wanted to know was, were these things created, or were they were born like what our humans would be?
And were they grown like clones or programmed life forms? Are they, half machine, half organic? The fact that you mentioned all these layers, before you get to the organs, is very interesting.
Right.
We've seen this in the projects a lot.
Yes, and I've seen it in when I worked for the Association DARPA, that they had layers. And most of those with layers were the part humanoid and part robot, and they weren't the actual entities that had flesh and blood like we would consider a human. The Soviet personnel went inside the craft, and the inside of the craft was very, very simple. There were places for the entities to sit. There were similar metal chairs. There wasn't any knobs, switches, or buttons inside the craft. There was a large monitor in front of the seats. There was a panel that had similar to handprints, and that's it. As if the entities sat in these chairs and put their hands in these printed areas or grooves and maybe flew the craft that way, or maybe through their mind. But there wasn't any other rooms or compartments.
It's just one big hollow space.
Yes. Our analysts emphasize the fact that there wasn't any other rooms, little galleyways inside this craft. It was all one big area. Now, One of our scientists later on surmised that once it was on the ground, that's what we would see. But once it flew, these walls could be fluid or could change shapes. We actually saw this in a captured craft.
It's time for our interesting stories chat with Richard Southern. And Richard, a long lost but famous UFO photo has been found.
This is an interesting one, Erica. I'm going to show it to you, but I want to give you the backstory on this first because it's important. We're going to look at a little dramatization of what happened on August 4th, 1990. This is in Scotland. Two young men who were working as chefs in a nearby hotel near Cavan, Scotland, decided to go for a hike in the hills after a long day in the kitchen. They hadn't gone far when they saw a huge, solid, diamond-shaped object they described as 100-foot long, hovering silently in the sky above them. They hid in the bushes and moments later heard a sound of a jet that circled this object. The men took out a camera they had, fired off 6 frames. At that point, the object shot away in an instant. The two men took the negatives to one of Scotland's biggest papers, the Daily Record. The paper, though, didn't print a story or the pictures. They instead passed the pictures on to the Scottish Ministry of Defence. The pics then disappeared. But last week, a reporter for the Daily Mail in London tracked down a retired 83-year-old RAF officer who had kept one of the pictures. This is it, Erica. It is a black and white photo on color paper. What it is, of course, is unknown. The 83-year-old who turned this over to the paper last week actually believes it's a man-made advanced tech. But many, though, are in agreement that we're looking here at one of the best UFO pictures ever taken. How about that?
Does this FBI memo contain a smoke?
So I just found another really fun CIA document talking about the government having aliens. As I told you guys, all the good documents are labeled stupid things. This one is labeled, "Will the real Scott Jones please stand up?" It talks about government connections and it addresses Captain Robert Collins. Collins presented Lear, who is a former CIA agent, with documents concerning MJ-12, which stands for Majestic 12, and an alien held captive by the government. The CIA agent Lear has also been a primary source for stories claiming that there are vast underground bases in the Southwest populated by aliens, carrying out grotesque biological experiments on humans, all with the approval of the US government. I googled Captain Collins, and him and another military personnel wrote this book. I obviously just got it. I'll let you know what it says. And further down in the document, it says, a dozen retired military and intelligence officials are willing to give testimony on the retrieval from the Roswell crash only if they're relieved from the Espionage Act. Sorry.
Wow. This shit can go on all night. Get in that comment section, y'all, because I know y'all got to go to work. And y'all sleeping. You're going to see this at lunchtime. So good afternoon if you're watching this feed. And let's talk about this, because this joint here is really going on around the world, and a lot of people are sleeping on it. But I know it's the real thing. Shit is live too. That's